David, it's another victory that takes us 8 from 9. How pleased were you with Tuesday night?
Yeah, I thought didn't start the game that great, to be fair. A wee bit slow on the build up. No looking after the ball, a wee bit sloppy with our passes, but I think you can expect that. I think the boys have been in that. It's like for the last, I don't know how long, I don't know when, the schedule's been all over the place, probably since December, to be honest with you. So the boys never really started well. Morton probably started the game a wee bit better, but Architects were on downfall the first 20 minutes, I felt, just not looking after the ball properly. Trying to force a pass, no composure. They then score from our corner, which is disappointing, but good finish we are in Lyle. And then I think that gave the lads a jolt that they probably needed, and for that minute onwards I think they went and scored 3 goals in a 10-minute spell. Big Teddy comes straight back into it, gets us a great goal, so I think you've got to give the lads in the park massive credit. Win the game 3-2. Probably could have been a wee bit more if we took care in the final third a wee bit better. Probably wouldn't have been a 3-2 game. But it's 3 points, it's 3 goals, and I think the lads in the park showed real character and real resilience.
Obviously it's 3 goals, David. Another header from a set piece for Danny Wilson. Yeah. It's a massive help. Scoring for set pieces, you know, Danny's got one against Morton and then down in there, and then obviously Robbie Muirhead gets the free kick. It's
a part of the game that it's huge within the game. Different ways to score games of football, but set plays are definitely one of them, and the way we're trying to play this year, it should lead to fouls in the opponent's final third, it should lead to corners, so then if you're getting these moments in the game, you've got to try and make the most of them. Danny's been brilliant since he came into the team. I think that's us on something around 8-9 goals for set plays in the league only, and I think if you can be earmarking in around 30% of your goals coming for set plays, I think you'll be in a good place coming the end of the season.
Andrew Shinnie started up top, Davey, liked to play well, worked his socks off and got a goal. Is that a good headache to have, and are you happy with his performance?
That's what I thought he would do. I've always seen Shins, you go back to, was it Ange Postecoglou's first game here for Celtic? Shins scores, didn't he? Shins scores, I played him as a kind of false 9 nearly. I think Shinnie's got that in his game. He's a really creative player, great finisher, good timing. He's a great header of the ball. It's kind of like a half-diving header, isn't it? So it was kind of an old-fashioned goal. You don't see many of them these days, and it's from open play. A lot of them you'll see nowadays is for set play. So I was delighted with Shins. I know what he could bring to the team. It's one of the reasons I probably let Andy jump out to Arbroath to get some game time, because I know I could utilise Shins in the forward areas. I actually brought Shins in before Stevie May, and when I spoke to Shins I said, I think I could see you playing me back to goals at number 9. We only had Tetty at that point and Andy, but I just felt we were missing something up there. And then Shins being the player that Shins is, he comes in, you can play him as a 7, play him as an 11, play him as an 8, play him as a 6, play him as a 10, play him as a 9. So he's kind of been all over the place this year, but originally when I brought him back into the building, it was to play these back to the game as a number 9. Allowing Andy out probably gives me then that option now to give Shins a wee bit more game time through the middle. And at this point we've got Robbie Muirhead can play through the middle, Stevie May can play through the middle, Tetty can play through the middle, and Shinnie's shown again he can play through the middle, because when he came on, I think it was last year, was it here, put him on as a 9 against Motherwell, scored. I think that was last year as well. So there's been moments in games he's came off the bench, probably more so last year as a number 9, he's went and scored. So I do think he's a really, really clever player.
It's a quick turnaround to Partick now. What's your thoughts going into heading through to Maryhill?
Shattered. I'm tired. It's a tough schedule, to be fair. I think we were all over the place yesterday. The midweek game, to be fair, I'm not really keen on this Tuesday, Friday in all honesty. So your Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, I think it's a wee bit much for the players. I know the telly dictates that, but I think you've got to look at the players' well-being at that point. So it's a tough schedule. We're going to go away to a difficult surface. I think it's not had the best times over the last probably 6, 7, 8 weeks. So it's going to be a difficult game. New manager, in terms of Brian in there on an interim basis now, so it's going to be a difficult game. What I found in the Championship, every game brings a different challenge, and there's no easy games. You've got no easy games in this league. Everybody's capable of beating one another. And you find that out more and more as the season goes on. Even some of the games we probably came away from the game 2-3-0. I don't think they've been easy games, so don't expect anything less at Partick. We need to kind of go again. We need to get this. I don't think we've got a Saturday game coming up for a while. But we need to, there's a wee bit of respite between the fixtures now once we get this one out of the road. So it's a huge game, one we've got to go there and try and pick 3 points up.
Obviously, you talked about the new manager coming in. Seems to be a bit of a theme over the years that team loses a manager and then they're up against Livingston the next game or the next couple of games. Does that make it easier or harder?
I think it probably makes it a wee bit harder, if I'm honest. There's a reason a manager loses his job. It's probably through lack of form. Generally, lack of form. So a new manager going in, fresh ideas, it probably is changing him a wee bounce. You see it everywhere in world football, managers going in getting a wee bounce slightly. So it probably helps Partick Thistle at this point in time. I don't know, but really all you can do is focus on your own group. I don't think their style of play is going to change that much. I don't think how they want to approach a game is going to change. They just signed a striker yesterday, maybe Alex Jakubiak, he's came back in. So, I don't think their identity is going to change that much.
It's a tough time with cup games and midweek games away from home. How pleasing is it to see so many fans back the team? You know, we've had Falkirk away, Ayr away, we've got the Scottish Cup, then we've got the Trust Trophy, and then, you know, it's good to see so many fans in the stand.
It's probably the one thing. I think the away fans have been brilliant this year. All the fans have been great, but I think that in terms of the numbers that have been travelling to away games, Ayr United twice, it's a trek, but we brought good numbers with us. And they were repaid last week. We had to open up the other stand behind the goal and you see Robbie Muirhead's late free kick. So I think we've travelled in really good numbers this year. I hope we can get a wee kind of spot going into the last run of fixtures in terms of the crowd numbers, the home crowd numbers. I hope to, if everybody can get along and try and push the boys along, I'm sure we'll travel well on Friday night. We generally travel well on a Friday night, don't we? Yeah. Falkirk away was that a Tuesday and a Friday night, so they've turned up in good numbers. They've turned up in good numbers. Even Dunfermline on the Wednesday night, I'm pretty sure there was good numbers at that one as well. So I'm expecting the fans to show up on the Friday night, obviously, if they can, but they've travelled in good numbers this year. But I would like to kind of everyone is get behind the team for the last kind of 25-30% of the season and get as much support into the stadium as we possibly can.